start us off with the opening statement.
I'm so proud of these young ladies. We've had some bumps in the road throughout the season, but we stay together as a team, and we put the motto in, or I did, and I told them that we're never going to give up. That's the team we are. We're never going to give up, okay? And I think today's the same thing. We started out slowly, but we certainly bounced back real quickly, went on a real great run once they had a 14-5 lead, and then we went on a real big run after that. It's all credit to these young ladies here and how they responded. But I think we've really grown as a team. We didn't finish as well as we wanted the game, but I thought prior to the beginning and the end, the in-between was really, really good.
Did the media timeout come at the right time in the first quarter?
Actually, I called the timeout.
I thought they said media on that.
Yeah, well, it goes to a media.
Oh, okay. All right.
So what I call a timeout.
So it was you. Okay.
Yeah, what I called the timeout, I wasn't going to wait. It was a 14-5 game, 9 points. I didn't want to get out of hand too early, too much of the league. So actually, I called the timeout, and it converts into a media timeout. But I initiated the timeout.
What did you? What were your adjustments? What did you do?
It was one
at
of
that
those
time?
New Rocky things.
Oh yeah.
You remember New Rocky? You remember that?
No.
You shouldn't know that. It was one of those motivational speeches. No, it wasn't at all. We just said, ladies, really early in the game, we got to defend better. We were just not defending well. They had the ability to rotate the ball quite a bit. We weren't shooting gaps. We weren't taking them out of their offense. And I really felt that we needed just to play harder on defense, shoot the gaps, go for steals, be a little bit more aggressive defensively.
What was the big difference today compared to the first two against this team?
Well, the first two, we brought up to the free throw line. If you look at the free throw statistics, it's like 30-something times to the free throw line. And you just can't do that. We also gave up 83 points in the first game here. And they also had killed us on the boards, so we talked about that. We talked about we need to get to the free throw line, not them. And we need to control the boards and get back on defense. They didn't have the run-outs. I don't know if they had one run-out today. One of our big keys was not to have them run-outs. Because if you turn the ball over, they'll push the ball and run out and get easy buckets. So one of our goals was to prevent the run-outs.
We direct questions to the student athletes first.
And if you had like a season high 24 points or something, what was the? I don't even know.
You did.
Well, you did. So what happened today? Was it just the atmosphere of having it being the postseason?
I mean, it's a playoff game. You just have to give it all. I mean, there's no comeback. You win, you continue, you lose, you go home. For sure, I don't want to go home. So I think I just gave it all.
Is it more motivating knowing that you could be Sal's last game if you do lose?
Oh, for sure. That's an extra motivation. We don't want him to have the last game right now. I mean, we have in like 3 games. I think to be your last game, like 3.
It's more important.
Yeah.
Too much focus. I don't mean to interrupt. Too much focus on me. I don't want it to be lose last game. I don't want it to be last year's last game. I don't want it to be Randy's last game, and I don't want it to be his last game. Focus is on them, not me. Okay. There's another season for me, and we're going to continue on. Focus is on the next game. Not about the end. It's just about the journey. We're still on that journey.
1 game at a time.
Megan, what was the key to you guys during that run that you made after you fell behind and you grabbed the lead back? What was the key during that run?
It was just really making sure that we stopped Cruz and stopped Livermore because we knew that if they got hot, then they would just keep going and the run would just get higher and higher. So we knew that we need to stop them and make other players score from beating.
Yeah, Coach Sal mentioned how they beat you on the rebounding the last couple times. And today, Megan, you had 9, Anna Nikki, you had 6. What do you think you could attribute some of the success rebounding to?
I mean, we just really, that was one of our main focuses because we know Livermore is one of the best rebounders in the league. So we just knew we had to box out hard, push them back, and just go up strong.
Livermore kind of suggested earlier before you got in here that physicality isn't their best game. Did you know that coming in?
I think personally, Livermore is one of the most physical post players in the NC. She's really good at boxing out and stealing you, but I think we just have to keep being physical. I think we're a pretty physical team, and we don't let up at any point.
Did you lean on her a little bit?
Pardon?
Did you lean on Erica a little bit? I mean, overall.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lou, what was big for you guys in the second half when you were kind of pull away and kind of get that comfortable?
I think we just kind of got together and focused on making stops. That was the big focus today. After the first half, we figured that it's 20 minutes and we gotta We gotta just go out there and play great defense, make easy shots, and I think we turned the ball a lot, and we didn't rush anything in offense either. So that was a big point.
Any more questions for student athletes? Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Maybe I'll put it.
Looking forward to it.
Questions for Coach Sal?
Sal, the key to coaching is bringing team players together into one unit. But you're bringing players together from all over the world. How tough is that to do?
Well, one of the best compliments I ever had at the University of Buffalo was his person, Dave Cook. He was like the assistant admissions director. He came over after the game and said, my best quality is bringing people together as one. And so that to me is one of the best compliments. So in a sense, it wasn't tough at all. It's a special thing. It's a really special thing. Because Rebecca Navarro didn't know any Nikki or Lou or Leah or any of these players. I think it's a special thing. It's a global world that we live in. You can get the experience of knowing people from their culture. It's just a thing that's so important. I think basketball is important, obviously, to us. I love winning games. I enjoyed it over all these years. But what I'm going to miss the most is the camaraderie between some outstanding student athletes and women's students, and the way they come together. So it's not difficult at all. It really isn't. It's them, the character that they bring to the court and bring to off the court that makes bringing them together as one very easy.
What did you see from Anna's performance?
Well, when Annie's in a zone, I think she's the first team conference. Choosing. But the problem with choices and things of that nature, and I told her that, I said, don't be disappointed in your second team this year, because our goal, your goal, should be team. Doesn't matter. We don't have a high score. She's not a high scorer. I mean, we had her shoot the ball numerous times, but just run plays just for her. We don't have set plays except for a few to her, and we have a few plays set for everybody on the team. We have set plays for every position on the court. We don't have a abundance of plays just for Anna Nikki. It's equally shared, equal opportunity. So therefore, Anna Nikki does not get the shots that some other top players in our conference would get. We all are about team. We preach that every day, 10 times a day, before games, before practice, after games, whatever. It's all about team. And I think when Anna Nikki's in a zone and she plays team basketball, her shots will come. And I think offensively, she's really bought into her offense now, and her shots are coming. And when she's in a zone, she's tough to beat.
You've been to 3 NCAA tournaments here at Robert Morris. Is that right? How does this team compare to those teams?
Well, we've been to 3 NCAAs, and we also some NITs, pre and post, and then another tournament of the ice. Obviously, the province is. Sorry. What was your 3 NCAA tournaments?
How does this team compare to the other NCAA?
It's a little different team, I think. We had a lady called out in one of the teams in 2014. She's arguably, not even arguably, the best player. I don't want to disrespect Mosak. Mosak's a great player too. Shanita Nesbitt is a great player. Shanita will be a great player. So I've been fortunate to have great players that Coach B, Charlie, have brought to me, and I look good having these great players. But certainly we had an Artemis. We could get the ball inside the Artemis, and everything fed off of Artemis. She was the best post passer I've ever coached in 13 years. So we get the ball in Artemis, and everything ran around Artemis. Okay, Artemis you're doubled, she'll see the open player. Artemis you're not doubled, just take game from a baby, and who's going to stop it. So we surrounded ourselves, and everything was into Artemis, inside and out Artemis. We don't have that dominant post player. Good double post player, but not the dominant post player. So it's more of a team structure. It's not focused on one player. We run more of a very, obviously watch the game. It's much more of a motion type of offense. Everybody's cutting, everybody's moving, and we're looking for everybody. So it's a different type of team. But as far as camaraderie goes, as far as team goes, they're very similar to that. I got great young ladies. I got great women, and they're just great student athletes. So it's not difficult, quite honestly, when Coach Green brings me all these team-oriented kids that have this culture behind them. That team is number one. It's easy to coach them. No matter if we lose next game, win next game, whatever the case may be, the journey has been very, very good. There's sometimes hiccups along the way. There's going to be in any family, in any team, but nothing. I think most coaches around the country would die. Like,
How are you able to build the network that allows you to get girls from Europe?
well, these women come from, they're women.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm very, very high. Everybody knows that. So I apologize. These young women are just people that I started this back in Manhattan College, and I just got on the phone. Okay, you just got to call it, and then one call led to another call. One of the first recruits I got was a female Rosalie Mason, and I happened to just call some contacts, and she was on the film, but actually she wasn't the player I was looking at. It was somebody else. And Charlie came into my house. And said, that particular kid, I said, I don't think she's good enough, Charlie. And Charlie said, well, what about the number 7? This number 7 was on the team. It was Rosalie. So I got the name of Rosalie, and she was from England. And I said, this is a route we can go. We can go, especially in New York City. We can go foreign. Let's continue. So I just called one person from England and told them, I said, do you know any other coaches in other parts of the country, parts of the world? So they told me names of other people. So it was like a snowball. And I just got on the phone. Even if they didn't have players, one thing myself and Charlie do is we stay in contact. Call them, say, hey, how you doing? Keep us in mind. It's getting more difficult now because there's scouting services. So all these recruits, all these kids are on services now. So it's hard to get that one that no one knows about. Because usually the scouting services put them on the reports and all the coaches in the country know. So it's getting more and more difficult. I think you'll see Charlie's recruiting more. Obviously, he's taken over recruiting this year. Basically he took over recruiting for a long time. But right now he's making the decisions and he's doing a great job recruiting a lot of the U.S. kids. But we'll still look at foreign kids as well.
You seem to enjoy the game just as much, have as much passion for the game. What made you decide to give it up?
Well, I think after 38 years, of doing it, never having a break, even Mike Krzyzewski, had that 1 year, he was back. I think it wasn't feeling well or something. He took some time off. More coaches get fired. Okay, I told people in 38 years I've never gone out of a job, which is a good thing. Okay, never 38 years I've always been a full-time coach, and I never had a break. Not that I wanted to get fired in between there or anything like that, but it was great that I never, that I never wanted, I went to the Final Four, I went to Sweet 16. I've had low programs. My first program didn't even have a gym. Junior college didn't even have a gym or a program, and then my second was Division II, University of Buffalo, and then my third was Manhattan, who was struggling, and then my fourth, Ron Moore struggled a lot. So it's always had the nature of building up programs. That is, it's tough to coach at the highest level. But it's also tough to give everything you have to build out programs that really haven't been successful. So all the 4 programs that took over were not successful. They're all years of losing, years of just not doing well. That takes a lot of effort. That takes hours. So we talk about foreign. I would get up, obviously the time zone. So I'd be up at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Girls say, call me. We would say, call me at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, their time in the morning, it's like 3 my time. So I have to put my alarm on. Okay, get up at 3 in the morning. I'd be on Skype calls 2, 3 in the morning. Okay? That's draining. That's hard to do, year after year after year. To do that. And I don't fly. I've flown for a number of years. So when I recruited Sashi Butler, it was a great player. Her father said, Coach, my daughter's going to come and play for you. So I got in my car and drove to Texas. Met my father for an hour and a half and drove back. All right, that takes a lot out of it. Okay, it takes a lot out of it. We made the tournament in Mississippi, New Mexico at Manhattan College. 34-hour drive. I drove for 34 hours. My system. That takes a lot out of it. Okay, so it's the truck, and I have 3 kids. Shane, Peyton, Eva, and I haven't been home in my home. I have a home in New York, south of Buffalo. I've been there for 2 days. 2 days. That's my son. Although they came to one of the Saturday. So I just want to enter another chapter of my life, and it's easy. I mean, we got a coach here at Robert Morris, and I know it sounds biased, but people know the program. The board of directors who voted for Charlie to do the job. He didn't just get handed the job. He worked his tail off for this job. He went to interviews. He went to the president. He went to the board. He went to the chairman of the board. He had council meetings. They drilled him just like they were drilling anybody else. And the board of directors, the chairman at the time, he came up to me and said, I said, thank you for supporting Charlie. I said, that was the easiest decision you made. So you've got somebody on staff right now. So I said to myself, don't see my grandkids. You know, my son deserves, you know, he deserves this. And not that I'm handing it to him. It's not because it's so much his time. It's because it's mine. And we have someone right here who's taken over the program and he's going to do extremely well. I've learned a lot from him. Ever since Charlie's learned a lot. I've learned a lot from him. He's the one that's kept the energy. Like even on the bench today. Game's not over. What sub do you want? He's always after me. He never lets me relax. I cannot relax. Okay? He just pushes me. Sometimes to the point like I get really upset. He's pushing me. There's so much. And he continues to push me. And I think that's good. I think that's one of the reasons we win, because he pushes me. It might make me upset at times. So I just think it was my time. There was no other reason. It was just my time. And I think it's his time. Am I going to miss it? Yes, of course. I'm going to miss the camaraderie because I'm a big advocate of women's athletics. You know, I just truly believe it. I just believe we're so far away. Every time I get a mic, I speak this. I'm still going to say it until I can't talk anymore. Women's athletics, there needs to be still more of a consciousness about the women athlete. Still, there's a lot of progress, no question. A lot of progress since the 1970s when I started, no question. But there still's got to be consciousness where when you say you're going to the game, you got to ask, is it the men's game or the women's game? Okay? When they call in, another good one was, where's the varsity coach? Okay, I got that one too at University of Buffalo. I said, where's the basketball coach? I said, I'm the coach. I coach the women's team. No, I want the varsity. All right? Throwing like a girl. My grandson said, I almost said about it. But I felt like things changed. You'll never say it at the pop. You'll never say it at the pop. Because I like to see them try to hit Craig Coleman. I like to see him hit the post speech. None of these people in this room, all you guys can touch her. Okay? So don't tell me that women are strong. Don't tell me that women shouldn't. Tell my players you shouldn't be settle for being vice president. Be the president. You shouldn't be setting for the assistant commissioner. Be the commissioner. Okay? All right, you have a young lady right over here. Say, yeah, she's the commissioner. Okay. She is young. But she's the commissioner. That's wonderful. Okay, she didn't settle to be assistant commissioner. She's the commissioner. You know, and I think that's what women should always strive for. I had two great ones with my mother. My grandmother who raised me. Wonderful people. They were stronger than anybody else. So anybody that tells a woman weak doesn't want to play against my players. Just that's what we got. We got to have consciousness. We're still not there. We got a long way to go. We're getting better.
How are you going to be involved in the program going forward?
I'm just going to do part-time work. Craig Coleman's one of the best athletic directors on the board. The best. Can't even say he's the best. He's just standing there. He's a good friend. The coaches here got to realize how good they are. Craig Coleman's just a wonderful man, wonderful athletic director. Just you could talk to him. He's just made my life here just wonderful. I could have had opportunities for those schools that sought me out for one reason or another. But we had a great president at the moment. We have another president. He was at the game, shook hands. We have another one, Chris Howard. He's going to be a great president. He's got a lot of ambition, a lot of energy. He's going to be great too, like the Loma was. And so we got just great administrators, Dr. Coleman. So I'll get involved, do scheduling, run the basketball camps. I can stay away from trouble. I don't want to need to stay away. Being a fan, being in the stands next to him, let him be his own person. I'll screw it up. He just.
What was the school you said didn't have a gym where you first coached?
Hilbert, HILB. Division 3. Did you ever see the movie Mighty Max?
No.
Nobody ever went to that. I don't understand. It's a movie. Go and see it. Probably cost you $1. It's about a AIAW. I always screw that up. Yeah. You ever see the movie? Next time I see it. It's a really cute movie. It's about Immaculata College back in the early 70s. NCAA didn't sponsor basketball. So the organization supported it. And this young lady actually, Kathy Rush. Ever heard Kathy Rush? Yeah, Kathy Rush is a basketball player. She's in the Hall of Fame. Kathy, yeah, she was Ed Rush, who's Ed Rush's wife. Okay, the basketball official. Okay, she went to this Catholic college. Most of the story is not true. I talked to, you know who Teresa Krentz is? Okay, I talked to Teresa because I was doing some scheduling for Charlie, and I said we should play, see if Lafayette wants to. So I got Teresa. Before we talk about scheduling, I said, how true is that story? And she says, about 99% not true. She said the only thing, and you know, Coach, you know, the 2 free throws. They didn't say their actual names, other people's names. She says, I was the person at the free throw line that took 2 free throws to win the game, and they had me miss one. I didn't miss one. So it's a movie about, if you go and see it, and afterwards, and I won't do this longer, my sister Evanette, who came to my couple of games with me, a little time for me, she came all the way from Buffalo, 3.5 hours, 80-something years old, 3.5 hours with a friend, drove back the same day. But anyways, going back, I got a call when the movie came out probably 4 or 5 years ago. I can't remember. She said, "This is Sister Eminette, Coach Sal." I said, "How you doing, sister? How you doing? Nice to hear from you." And she said, "I just saw a movie, Mighty Max." And she said, "It was just your story. Nuns behind the bench. They actually played the rosary, and they had a habit on it, close." And she said, "It was just like yours." She said, "The only thing for it is you finished 6th in the country. They won the whole thing." I said, "Sister, we tried it all. No, I'm just kidding. 6 is really good out of all 400 teams." So Sister Eminette was at our game. But that's, if you see that movie, she gets old balls. I got men's balls. Because at the time, they didn't have one. It was all men's. They were brown, leather, ripped off. We didn't have a gym. We practiced at high school. They got late practice times at 6 o'clock. We came early at 3:30. The men's coach had all scholarships. I had no scholarships. Okay? It was, and of course, I would go with Sister Eminette and playing. Similar to what I do now. No, the Robert Morris, my Morris has been great. It's financially, it's great. Greg Coleman, there's no inequality of Robert Morris, that's for sure. But that's what I had to do, and it was tough. It was tough. But we started the program. We went to 8 straight national tournaments. But it took a lot of fighting, a lot of like threatening to quit. Sisters say, "Don't quit. You do wonders with these young ladies." And I just kept up with it. But I got paid a great sum of money, $700
The year?
for the year.
What year was that?
In 1977, $700. Because when John Kissel, God rest his soul, way too young, he was the men's coach. He offered me the job. He said, "I know you're a teacher here, but how about doing a little recreational?" So we wanted to do coach the women's team. I said, "Coach the women's team." He said, "Well, we don't have a team, John. Yeah, we'll start a team." Lost our first game 105-17. 105, but you just scored the first 2 points. Same way, the first 2 points in the 5th play. Jamestown Community College. So from that point on, I just think women's athletics. I just wish people would share. They don't dunk the ball, but the dunk is just as good as the layup. Still with 2 points. So sorry to be long-winded. You asked the question.
How old are you, Coach?
39. No, I'm 16.
Thank you.
Still young. Still could do it for more years. We'll see. Never say never. Never say never. Next year, but never say never. I think it's time to take a break or maybe a life break. We'll see.
There he is, Sal Buscaglia.
Hey.